Today on Bob Goth.
Today on Bob Goth. We've got the worst of the worst. We've got the worst of the worst. Where is that thing? We've got the worst of the worst on Bob. 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 Bob Goth. We've got the worst of Bob Goth. Prepare to be fed.
Oh, you're still with me? Well, inhale, exhale. Explorations and deviations. Explorations and deviations. Explorations and deviations. Explorations and deviations. Delicious. Drawing faces is one of the great places and pleasures when you draw. Everybody loves a face. Well, maybe not everyone. But they can be enjoying to the pleasuring of the pleasurables when you like it or not. So, whether you like it or not, this is how I like to start drawing a face. A little art tutorial for you from your friend Bob Goth. So, what I would like to start with is just a basic oval. Doesn't need to be fancy, just a basic oval. Draw one line down the center, or two, or three. I'm not sure how high you would like to count, but I usually would only like to go to one. Next is I would like to draw a line through the center or right above that. It depends on how odd I would like my eyes to look. Usually I'll stick my eyeballs right in between those, centered almost in these spaces here. This is space, this is space. Next, I come down, and then I come down again. I come down here over into this space, and I would just like to start doodling, because I've got a little creativity going, and I don't know, what is it? Maybe it's a leaf, maybe it's a ladybug. I'm not sure. It's looking pretty much like a ladybug, with a crazy pattern. It only has one black spot because it's only 1 year old. And okay, so back to the face. We've covered faces before, all of us. You've been here with me, maybe, maybe not. But I would still like to say that you've been here with me because I know we're friends. And friends stick together like glue, sometimes like super glue. So let's get right to it. We've got the pupils, we've got the oval, the center line, another center line. Sometimes I like to go above it, depending on where I think this person's integrity is at with their pupils. And then I just draw an almond. If you don't know what almonds are, you can also use like a cashew shape, which I prefer cashew shapes. It looks a little bit more natural. And quite honestly, if you look them up in a dictionary or thesaurus or the internet, they're quite appealing. And that's why they make for such great anatomical reference. Next is just take the peanut shape from any peanut and just plop it somewhere in between the center of the eyes, the bottom of
chin. And just ploopity, plipple, plip plop.
and just ploopity, plipple, plip plop.
And just ploopity, plipple, plip. And just ploopity, plipple, plip plop.
And just plop it here. With the pupils, every single person on the planet, their pupils line up with the corners of their mouth. And then you just make a little snake over here with a couple of lumps and a lump above, depending on, how much your friend wants to say. The more they want to say, they just give them a little bit more plump. Okay? And then, of course, your eyes don't sit at the side of your head. And so you'd like to just, give it a little bit more face there. And in between these two lines, at the top of your cashew and the center of your peanut, you just put like a ball here. And when I I say ball, I mean like sort of like a wadded up ball of white bread. Like it's a glue, like spherical. You know, do a spiral, get crazy. If you look up the spiral jetty and the Fibonacci sequence, ears follow the exact, it's mathematical. It's like square within a square and 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 a square, square. There it is. There's your ear right on top of the cashew. I usually, depending on what my character's doing, I prefer, blocking out the hair, starting with a full head of hair, like down to the eyebrows. You don't need to see the eyebrows yet. I just cut some off. This is more of an 80s, hairdo. A little hanging off there. Every hair is different. I'm not sure if you know this, but hair grows out of different follicular shapes: triangular, circular, squaritular. And when they grow out in the squaritular, it's very squirrely, like squirrelies, circulars, like circular, straight. Maybe it's spinning, like a little twist, like a twist. And the triangle, there's probably propaganda, like the pyramids or something. I just don't think about pyramid-shaped hair, okay? So you can shade this lip if you want to. If your light is coming down to the brow here, you might see eyebrows. I don't know what color your eyebrow preference is on Humanity, but suit yourself however you'd like to portray that to the rest of the world. And I like to, sometimes the neck helps you fill it out. Just feel esophagus. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, that's another Fibonacci. There it is, the secret. Okay, maybe there's a flower petal growing. Oh wait, okay, so drawing the face, just make the pupils bigger. Get one here and here where the eyes go, because that's what they are. That's why they're great, because that's where they are. And just put some eyeliner or eyelids and shadows, eyeshadow or eyebrow shadow, until you've got the face, little cheekbone. There's a vein or like a nerve hole here in the skull. So some people, maybe they need some iron or dairy, and so they have this sunken in face right here a little bit, which is beautiful to me. It just says, hey, somebody help with what's going on with me. I would really like someone to smooth this out, but you don't need to. It's fine. Look at that beautiful contrast. Just smoothing up into this geometry here. Let's just, there we go. Everybody needs a friend. We've got this little guy here and this little guy here. They can be buddies. They can just, they can work it out together. They can hear anything they want. So that's how I usually start with my portraits. That's how I usually start with my portraits. It's sort of an ABC 1, 2, 3 sort of an ABC 1, 2, 3 tutorial. It's kind of it's kind of impossible to mess it up. So comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you've unsubscribed, think about subscribing and liking the like button, which on some devices you can find somewhere below, probably like on the side for the subscribing to this piece. You can just, start shading it in, whatever you want. Shimazam, wazim zam.